trash. That needs to go in the trash can. What a way to start the video. Greetings and salutations, earthlings. 'Tis I, your witch flames. And I want to start off by saying hello. And on the tail of yesterday and some of my other videos that I've been noticing some crazy taboos here and there. And occasionally I've noticed a trend with some of my videos. Now, some people tend to get hung up on certain words, certain fixations, certain names, and they get very je ne sais quoi. What is the word I'm looking for? Scared. And let's say you're coming to a witch for a tarot card, okay? A tarot card reading of all things. And you're a Christian anyway, and you're coming to a witch for a tarot card reading. Not only is that calling the kettle black or the pot black, it's irony. No, you're fine. You're fine. It's the biggest irony of them all. And you're literally a religious person coming to a spiritual person for help. And it's like, and then you want to freak out when a spiritual person is saying that they worship everything in the whole wide universe. And even they say that they worship the good and the bad, and you freak out when they say they talk about the devil and they talk about different things and they bring up Satan and all this other shit because that's what they're known for. But when I say I worship everything, I'm good, I'm bad, and I talk about the balance and everything else, and people wig out, you have to understand that man crammed all this shit into people's head about what's bad, what's good, what you shouldn't do, what you should do. They're the ones that have put the taboos in your mind of what you should not do because of their fears, their phobias, what's grossed them out, and different things that they find vulgar because they don't want to do certain things because they want society to be the way that they want to bring society up because they feel that they should be creme de la creme. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, that society ain't going to be that way. You know, they come up with these epic stories like the Garden of Eden. They come up with a woman called Lilith, which is a powerful, strong, independent woman that does not answer to no man. Now, I'm not trying to bring down the man. I'm married to a man, for God's sake. I have 2 sons. I am outnumbered. I have nothing but male cats. I have a male turtle. I get along with men more than anything. I am not downplaying guys by no thing. I played football, for fuck's sake, with guys. I'm not downplaying guys by no fucking sakes, okay? What I'm saying, you have men that do downplay women. They don't want an uprising in women. As me being a witch, I am a strong, very fiery personality. I have very strong ideas, ideals. I have things that, like politicians, I don't even want to get into politician or anything dealing with it. Because like what we have going on in the White House right now, like everything that's going on now, people are going to say, it's a thing from God. Yeah, God could be telling you if what they're believing in God, that what we have in the White House going on right now could be the wrong fucking thing. He is not a goddamn prophet. He's a fucking, he's a wrong fucking person that you want to put up as a prophet. People that I see as prophets, Nelson Mandela, that is a motherfucking prophet right there. Okay? If I want to see someone as a prophet, is someone that has been through hell People are going to laugh at me. I see a person as Bob Marley as a fucking prophet. Motherfucking okay? People are going to laugh at me. I see someone even as Snoop Dogg coming down the line Sunday as a prophet. Okay? People might think I'm fucking crazy. He went through a hard time way back when. If you go all the way back to the 90s and look at Snoop Dogg and come all the way up to now and see the man that he is now, he has changed so much. He was in gangs, yes. He's still sort of somewhat in it now, but his persona has changed because he's had a family. Cannabis changes the world. Yes, it gets your mind in a higher cultivation that people do not understand. It puts you in a higher scope with spirituality and different ways of talking in a different mind scope with the universe and the higher beings. And yes, we could be talking to aliens. What people do not understand of a higher being, a god, an entity, an ethereal being, to us, they are aliens because they are not from this plane. God would be an alien. That's another word for a god, is an alien. You can sit here and argue back and forth with anybody because everybody's going to have a different definition for everything. But the best way is scientists. Down the ages were alchemists. Further down, what were they? They were like Merlin. Big scientific revelation. Merlin was an alchemist, which he was a scientist. He was in scope with us, witches, which sometimes we headbutt, sometimes with the whole ire thing of it, because they want to kind of wash down the whole thing of witches, because we don't want to sit here and get ruled and snuffed out by someone trying to control a whole scope. Freedom is spirituality, where you can feel and know and you don't have to be controlled. That's the freedom of spirituality, that you can close your eyes, you can pray, you can ask to feel it, and you can feel it. And I've said it more times than once. I have gone to church in my youth. I have seen more evil in every church I've been in than I have seen good. There's more greed. There's more of the 7 deadly sins. There's more drama. I mean, God, you can have drama channels in the church. I swear to God, there's more drama in religion than there is anything. I mean, you can start so many drama channels off a church alone. There's more hate, more bigotry, more anything in a church than you can find anywhere. And spirituality, I am not trying to make people hate it. But God is supposed to be love. He is not supposed to be hate. He is not supposed to be a bigot. God, for one, was the poorest man in the world, and every person that I see, they do not understand this, because they are making every preacher that you see, every preacher's wife that you see, they are in jewels. It's not supposed to be that way. When they die and go to heaven, that is where they're supposed to get their riches at. And I'm not trying to get an uprising over churches. I'm trying to bring them down to reality. That I want to coexist with them, but they need to understand that they're trying to be in a control mechanism. They are trying to be robots. That where they go to stores and they're screaming and hollering because people, they don't understand. God, for one, if someone is born and their chromosomes say that they're gay, they are gay. I'm sorry to tell you that when God says he loves all his children and someone is born gay, they are born gay. They don't decide that, oh, I'm gay. No, they're gay. I hate to tell you. The Bible, they are stories that are fucking made up. You guys need to understand that. Basic 10 commandments is the only thing that God wrote. That was it. As if any of it is true. The rest of it was made by man. That's it. That's what they need to understand. The rest of it was a man controlling operation to control you people because you're fucking stupid. Because y'all don't know how to think for yourselves, just like right now. You're told Donald Trump is a man for God, that he is going to lead y'all, that he's behind God, that he's the one that is this. He's sitting there winking at people. He is using church and everything else to keep himself in the White House. And he is sitting there making it bigotry. For one, if what y'all are saying is true about God, this motherfucker is going to get ass fucked by Satan in the worst way fucking possible. I'm telling you, motherfucker's going to go to hell on a fucking black horse, and Satan's going to be fucking him with a 50-inch dick and slapping him with his balls while he's doing it. And I'm not trying to be foul. I'm not trying to be ugly. I'm not trying to be gross. I am being sincere. This motherfucker, Satan's like, you're mine, bitch. You're mine. Because he knows what he's doing. He's being primed. He's being primed. This motherfucker is nothing. He's never stepped foot in church. He's never had a day in belief in Christianity. He's never had a day in belief in religion. Soon as he gets out of that White House, you're never going to hear nothing about church. You're never going to hear nothing about God. You're never going to hear nothing about religion. It's going to be a surprise if he lives a year or two after he gets out of the White House, which I'm going to be the first one to say, I hope he doesn't. Because of everything that he's led in the United States. Because he could have put a stop to a lot of this shit. If he's done a lot of COVID-19, coronavirus testing, a lot of this shit could have been stopped. If he would have had, down to Brianna, if he actually got all those cops arrested, if we would have got the George people arrested, a lot of this rioting, a lot of the protesting would have been stopped. If he would have showed compassion toward all the people in the United States, including his black people, a lot of this stuff would have, and this has a lot to do when I bring up saucy stuff. This is why I don't get into politicals. This is why witches, we get pissed. Because we can see clearly through this. And religious people have blinders on their faces. And this is why we are just like, we've been through hell and we can clearly see through everything. And this is why I say we worship everything, because we know what's true and we understand we're very versatile. I'm open-minded. Yes, grandson. And when I say, because I have so many different things, I have so many different names for everything. But anytime that I'm sitting here, I mention the devil, I mention God, I mention that I do good and I do bad. People start fanning themselves. They leave my channel. They don't know how to behave themselves. And I'm like, guys, you have to understand. If we were meant to live in a world of, perfectness, the whole Garden of Eden thing, we would all be in the Garden of Eden still. If the whole biblical thing was true, we would still be in the Garden of Eden. We would all be perfect. And I don't sit here and commit the same sin over and over. I don't sit here and commit the same imperfectness over and over. If I know I'm screwing up, I do my best to try to evaluate what I'm doing. If I know that it's something that is very harmful, like alcoholism, that's a good point. I was an alcoholic. And at the time, I was having fun with it. I was a binge drinker. It's the worst kind that you can be. And at the time, I was enjoying my youth. I was in my early 20s and I wanted to party. I wanted to have fun, you know? And I wouldn't say I was heavily guarded. Um, I was protected because I was the only child. I will say that. My mom is a witch. I'm not going to sit here and say that, I didn't have fun with my mom being an only child. Me and my mom had a very sister-sister relationship because of my grandparents. My grandmother treated us like sisters, so that's why we acted that way. But my grandfather treated us like a mother and a daughter. So even though my grandfather was very much like a father to me, but he treated us like mother and daughter. Um, so I have fun with my drinking. I would go out with my best friend, of course, and her friend, which was my friend, which we're still friends, but we're not as close because, we haven't hung out as much. We don't talk as much, but we're still friends. But we would go out like every week, every other week. And my drinking, it was getting so profuse that I was like my mom when she was drinking. I would damn near drink myself sober to where I'd have to start drinking again just to get my buzz back. And so one night and I told the story before, I had got upset with our friend. And it seemed like, I think the problem is she wanted to go out with my best friend only. And she didn't want me to tag along. I think that was the problem. Because at times she wanted to hang out with just my best friend. Because at times, she wanted me there. But at times she just wanted my best friend and her just to have their time. I think that's what it was. And I got very upset. So me and my best friend thought she wasn't coming. So I got really shit-faced at my best friend's house. And Lord and behold, she showed up. Finally. After we thought she wasn't coming. So I was pretty lit. And we went out to it's kind of like a dive bar, I guess you would call it, because it's kind of like karaoke with a little tiny bar with pool tables and everything. It's closed down, but it's kind of like a dive bar. I continued to drink, and I was really in, and I got alcohol poisoning. I mean, it was so bad. I couldn't hear for almost 2 weeks. I ran a fever for about a week and a half. I was throwing up for a day. My best friend was worried about me because that night I couldn't even make it to the bathroom. I had threw up at a place, a business that I was working at that me and my mom's ex would carpet clean. And I was it was my business that I carpet cleaned actually, because he couldn't keep the businesses. The businesses would actually work with me, which was bad. Because he had no personality for shit. They did not like him. So I fucked up really bad. I finally made it to the bathroom. I was throwing up so bad, I hit my head on the toilet. I cracked my nose, which I may have broke my nose. I don't even know. My nose was bleeding. I finally got my nose to stop bleeding after throwing up. I noticed I had threw up on my shirt. Had to take off my shirt. My best friend came in there. She was worried about me. Our other friend really didn't seem like she gave a fuck about me, really, which that was kind of sad. Made me feel bad because it's like she was more worried about me throwing up in her car than me, which I haven't really ever confronted her about that, which don't know if I should ever confront her about that, but as something that's for another time, maybe. It's something that's my demon, maybe, that she felt that it was something that I had to learn, that, maybe she felt I shouldn't be drinking so much. So, what, that was Flames' demon, dumb bitch, you get what you get kind of thing. That's why she didn't feel sorry for me, maybe. And maybe she was right. Maybe, maybe that's why she didn't give a shit. But my best friend, she cared regardless. Because we have been best friends for... Now it's almost close to 25 or more years. So, I mean, we have history. I mean, we have a lot of history. I mean, damn near almost, yeah. So She helped me clean up. And I finally get home. And that's when I finally said enough. And that's where I'm talking about reliving your demons. When you notice, hey, I need to stop. That's when you know that you're committing a sin. That's a sin to me. I was doing a sin. Too much in abundance. Too much of a good thing is too bad. Now, I do occasionally have a drink. Like I have a glass of wine. Occasionally we go out and celebrate. Like I have like a couple, like a shots of, like I take a couple margaritas with my mom, but I'm like, okay, I'm done. I know my limit. I'm like, like I have it for a taste. Like my birthday, I'll have a drink and I'm like, I'm done. Because it's like, now I understand of, I ain't trying to die. And now I have sleep apnea, which is beautiful, which I almost died twice with that, which is beautiful. So it's like, knock, knock, knocking on my ancestors' door. Hey, 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 no, no, no. But I haven't gone yet. So evidently I have a lot to do left because my ancestors like, bitch, get back down there. You got more to do. Get down there, witch. I'm like, I want to come. You let me get back up there. They're like, nope. You got kids. You got a message. Get your ass back down there. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So they don't want me up there just yet. Even though I know that I'm going where I'm supposed to go with my ancestors, that's just not my time, not my place just yet. But that's the thing. You got to understand when and where and how to. And another thing, that's how you judge it. And a lot of those people that I've seen, they didn't know how to judge it. Like I could tell if a man was cheating on his wife. I could tell if a woman was doing something that she shouldn't have been against her husband. I could tell if kids were stealing when they shouldn't have been. I could tell if a kid was stealing. I could tell, all this other shit. And they didn't care. They were lying to God knows when. And then they would go gossip to the preacher so the good preacher could have a good sermon to make people feel guilty, to get them to go all the way down to the pulpit to cry and put a whole bunch of shit into the tithe so he can go and get his fancy ass car, his fancy ass suit to live in his fancy ass house. And I'm like, oh, I was getting it. I was getting it. And it's just like, and I hate to say it, that's why I respect curanderos, curanderas, shamans, witch doctors. You don't have to go give a confession to get a healing. That's how they get their sermons in churches, in any church. You go confess to a preacher or a padre, and guess what? It ain't that they were getting a message from God. They were getting a message from you or whomever. And whoever had the spiciest, or how many ever ones that had the most coinciding stories of the confessionals or the tell-alls. And they're like, you know what? They had so many of these coincidences coming in and talking to me. I'm going to use this so I can play on the guilt. And, oh, God told me to preach on this Sunday. And Lord, he gave me such a good sermon. Oh, yes. Turn to your Bibles now. I seen it happen. And believe me, I surrendered to be a missionary. I went to Bible college. It is so easy to do this. It is the most easiest money-making scheme in the world. And it's sad that people fall for this. I understand people are looking for answers to the world because it's just like you're walking around lost trying to figure out, how did this happen? What's inside here, having near-death experiences, being scared, what's the answers? Praying and meditation is good. The goddesses, the gods, they are good. Balance is good. How did I get here? Research. Being in fucked up churches. Every church I've been to is fucked up. I've done a lot of research on churches. Every church has the same sermon. Ain't no different. Every preacher is the same. Because none of them understand that you can easily deny listening to the people's drama. You can just tell them, you know what? I don't want to hear it. Whatever you have to say, take it to God. I don't want to hear it. You need to pray. It's not for me to fix your problem. It's for God. And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be up to man to fix your problem. If you have a problem, take it to God, take it to a therapist. It shouldn't be up to your preacher to fix your shit. Because if he's going to preach a sermon, if it's really God sending him a message, her padre or preacher, y'all should not be telling them anything, because if they're getting a divine message truly, y'all should not be giving them any messages. And that's where I sit there and say, it's devil and hands and everything. And that's why I worship everything, because I get messages from everything. And I don't have to sit here and peg it out of anybody. When I'm doing tarot card readings, I'm not sitting here, give me your life's information. I don't ask for birthdays. I don't ask for anything else. I say, give me your question. And that's it. And I give everybody else, and they're just like, oh my God. A true prophet does not need to know all your fucking life information to help you and guide you. A true person that knows and to be led to help you does not need to know your whole entire shit to lead you in the right direction, to help you and to get the information. They don't need to know all the shit to get there. False prophets do, because guess what? They're not truly touched. They don't have the gift. They're fake. And that's why I get pissed when people get freaked out when I start talking about it. It's because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to accept it. And then they run from the truth. And I'm like, you know what, you chicken shit? Don't come to someone who's real then. Because you start coming to my channel and I start, giving you the real information. And then you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Let me run. It's already too late. You already came to me. I seen the little, face numbers here. I seen I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Doom, 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 doom. The numbers went. I already knew I had some people in here listening, and then they ditched me. And it's like, you chicken shit motherfucker. It's like, why can't you handle the truth? You don't want to accept it? You want to accept someone who sits here and wants to take your money to falsely lead you. And I'm here giving you free information to get you in the right path, to set you on the right course, to give you the right place to start searching. And you're just like scared of it. Someone who can lead you and give you that sole purpose in your life, and you're scared. I would have been thanking a person to put me in the right path sooner. So I wouldn't be sitting here getting abused, getting made fun of, having people pull my hair, going through all the abuse that I had to go through when I was younger. Oh, hell no. I told my grandma to flunk a log sooner. Man, shit. But to be honest, it actually did prepare me. I can't say that I'm mad at it. Because when I do have people coming at me with Christian shit, and I know it, and they're just like, how do you know this? It must be Satan. No, I was in Bible college. My grandma enrolled me, stupid, not Satan. Even though my grandma was Satan. To be honest. She says she was, she had this thing about being God's bride, and I used to make fun of her. I'm like, yeah, you think God's going to touch you? Bitch. Yeah, right. No, Satan's going to be touching you, honey. All over. God's going to be like, eh! Yeah, she had a white dress, like a wedding gown, talking about, I want to be buried in this because I'm God's bride. I'm like, I couldn't laugh in her face at that time, because she would have slapped the fuck out of me, and my teeth would have flew out of my mouth sooner. And that time, it would have been from smoking. It would have been from her slapping me with her fucking 10-inch claws, like a demon-possessed fucking, I don't know what. She had fucking claws like the fucking, like she dug herself out of God knows how many graves. Thinking about it scares me. Spooky ass bitch. If any of my friends come on here, they could tell you stories of my grandmother. My grandma was a spooky bitch. Oh my God. Especially when she slept talking, different voices came out of her and she thought she was God's bride. I'm like, yeah, when you have a man's voice, a child's voice, another voice that sounded like I don't know what coming out of you. And this is when I was a kid. And then when I got older, different voices came out of you, and my husband and my kids and everybody else heard it out of you. I'm like, God's bride. Yeah. Right. In what life? Bitch did necromancy. Yeah. And my great grandfather was like, he had his own like funeral parlor and different things. And my grandmother was obsessed with death, and she would kill things and bury it and bring it back, like try to see if she could bring it back to life. And my grandma was a spooky bitch. Yeah, I had some really dark shit in my family. I didn't go that dark, but she went like on the dark side. I'm balanced. See, that's what I'm telling you. You don't want to go 100% like Charles Manson type of shit. My grandma went Charles Manson. I ain't that bad. I'm kind of like in between, like, let's see. What's her name? The White Witch with Marie Laveau put together. Yeah. That's kind of like what I do. That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. The White Witch is still alive. I just can't think of her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I have her. She's from Fleetwood Mac, and I love her to death. I can't think of her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my God. And she's still alive, and I love her to death because she was on freaking American Story Coven. Freaking monster outside my window. Stevie Nicks. There we go. I'm obsessed with Stevie Nicks. My mom got me into her when I was a little girl, and I thought her clothes was so freaking cool because I'm obsessed with gypsies. I'm trying to get some other stuff because I have like my gothic dark couture look, and I'm trying to get some gypsy looking clothes because I have different styles I like mixing. So yeah, but that's another thing I'm trying to get people. If you're like curious about certain topics, bring it up. We could talk about it anytime. Just don't bring up stupid shit on my channel. Like stupid sexual shit. So I had some guys bring up, like, one guy one time asked me if I could stick a succubus on him. That's one thing I'm going to bring up now. If I was ever to conjure a succubus, a true live succubus on someone, succubus are real. Just so you understand. Okay? And if I could get a true psychic without trying to, like, get money off of it, because I have the gift too, an incubus or a succubus, if someone as me, as a witch, would conjure it on you, they suck the life from you, seriously. And it's not, when they come to you, it's not always in a sexual perversion way as you hear in the storybooks. They do that so you have a curiosity to them, so you want to go to them. So you want to invoke them. You don't want to do that because that's how they get you to want to have the lure to them. And I've had some stupid guys like, yes, I want it. I want to die from a succubus. I'm like, you stupid fucking moron. You're stupid. You don't want to die from any sort of demon of any sort of type, because if a demon attaches to you, it's gnarly. It's ugly. If you don't have someone to properly exorcise it from you, if you don't have the proper priest to do it, or a curandero, a curandera, a shaman, if you don't, Carlinian, if you don't have the right talk that do not know it to get it off of you, They will kill you. And it's not like the movies. Some of the afflictions can sometimes be a hell of a lot worse. I will tell you that now. I have seen some people afflicted here where I live that have died. My grandma was afflicted. She had bed sores that went all the way through her body, damn near. She got gangrene in her foot. There was no need for her to have gangrene. Okay? Because when we put her to go in the nursing home for her hip, there was no bed sores on her. There was nothing wrong with her foot. This happened within a week's time that she got gangrene. Gangrene does not spread that fucking fast. It spreads like within... I've never seen it spread that fast, to be honest. This is how fast demons work. My grandma was afflicted because of the shit that she did. My grandmother had a demon in her, and this was not just a little tiny demon. This was a big demon because of the shit that she did to people. The lies that she did, the games that she played, it got her, and it got her bad. It gave her strokes. It gave her heart attacks for no apparent reason. It played games with my family. It made my family think that we were abusing her when we weren't. I took damn good care of this woman up until the time that she died. And this is where a lot of people need to understand. You need to do your studying. You need to go deep into a lot of the things. If I told my family everything that really happened, they wouldn't believe it. Some of the neglect that did happen to her, some of it was from the nursing home, yes, but some of it was also from the affliction of the demon that she had inside of her. So it was 50-50. And I was also trying to get an investigation done by Adult Protective Services, but I had a stupid pendeja aunt that would not stay out of the business. And she was messing with the funeral home, and I was trying to get APS out there on time, but every time everything was going on, this is the problem of having ignorant family members and that do not understand dual processing. APS was very busy at that time. There was a lot of cases going on, and this is where you have to understand when there's demon possession going on, there's a lot of things that play against you. When you're trying to get investigation done against a lot of things, there's a lot of things that play against you. If you've watched any type of movie like The Possession of Emily Rose, when they were trying to do any type of investigation, trying to figure out things that were going on with her, an investigation that was happening with Deborah Logan, there's a lot of things that were playing against certain timelines. And it was the same thing with my grandmother. And it was a headache. I was trying to explain it to my aunt, and it's like she wasn't understanding it because I couldn't tell her my grandmother was spiritually afflicted. Most demon-possessed people, they don't understand it, that some of them do draw off of the church. My grandmother was drawing off the church. She would go to the church. She would sit there, and it's like she was stewing. It's like she was grumbling the whole time, like growling and just eating up the hate. As soon as she would get out of church, it would be like this explosion of massive hate. And she would go to church just to get this hate. It's like she would calm down. As soon as she'd go to church, it was an explosion. And so what I was trying to explain to my family, and once we got her out of the church, she would calm down. And as soon as she knew it was Sunday, she would stew up. And this is where I try to explain to people of the taboo of words, of names, of not to be scared of them, and to understand that it's things that man has prodded into people's minds to brainwash, to manipulate, to program, and to keep people sedated and keep them compliant into the manipulation. And if people really pay attention and start really looking, they'll see it themselves. But you really have to look. And you have to be open to looking into it. Me, I have friends that are Christian. They're cool with me. I'm cool with them. I don't try to change their pathway. They don't try to change mine. They come to me and ask me questions, and I'm cool with it. And they know how I am. I even have family that is Christian. I don't try to change them. Sometimes they still come and ask me questions. I'm cool with it. Long as, sometimes when they start and I'm like, guys, stop. I don't want to hear it. Because I know what that brings, and I don't want none of it. Because I know there's duality in the world. I respect that duality. I understand the process of the duality. I'm part of that duality. I am with that. I'm with that balance of that duality. I am yin and yang of that duality, and I am both light and dark wolf. I'm not one wolf. I'm of two wolves, because that is how I was created in nature to be. If I was supposed to be one way, then the world would only be one way. The world is not one way. Nature is not one way. We are part of nature. If that is one case, nature would only be one way. We would only have one dialect. The world would not be diverse. We would not have multicultures. There would only be just one bland balance of everything. That's what people are failing to realize. And that's what they need to open up their mind to and really pay attention to it. That's why there's so many different bilingual everything. We're bilingual culture. We're bilingual in nature. Because there's duality. It's like duality and bilingual. It's the same thing. We're bilingual in life. There's two. Not just one, two. That's what people need to understand. And people are like, why is she saying bilingual? It's because there's two things. If you say I'm bilingual in language, it means you have more than one language. So we're bilingual in life. So that's what people need to see it as and be open to it and not be scared of it. Like when I say I'm cool with Satan, oh my gosh, she worships Satan. You need to understand, people gave him a bad rap because they want you to be scared of him, because they don't want you to walk with him. They don't want you to understand that he has to do what he has to do. You understand he has to take care of a certain part of the duality. To me, I see that there's a whole big circle of life, and I see that he helps. So I respect that. I don't hate him, because if it wasn't for him, the bad would still be here. So I respect that in nature. He also creates certain things in life that is also good that I see. And a lot of people don't understand that, because within the chaoticness that there is out there's beauty that comes from that is almost artistic and beautiful. And that's how I see it. I don't see derogatory in certain things as most people would see, a cup half empty or half full. I would see it like half full rather than half empty. I'm not pessimistic. I'm optimistic. So I would see things in a more open-minded, brighter side. As in somebody, oh my God, everything's so negative. I'm not a Nancy boy or a Nancy girl. I see things in a brighter spectrum of life because I understand the due process of life. And I understand that Everything in life has a purpose and it serves a cause. And I'm not going to sit here and get mad at certain things. And his children serve purposes because people do things that they shouldn't. And guess what? They get attachments. You don't go fuck with shit that you're not supposed to and think that you're not going to get served a nasty. You get served a nasty. You get a bad telegram as an attachment. Now, some people get an affliction and be like, why did I get an affliction? Why did I get this? And then, oh, she's a good Christian person. Oxymoron. There's no such thing as a good Christian person. I hate to tell you that. No such thing. You can think that you can do all these good things and, you haven't done nothing wrong, that you never had. You don't know what this person has thought. You don't know what they've done in their separate time away from you when they're by themselves. You don't know what they've done. So do not make assessments that you do not know about. People get attachments for reasons. I'm telling you that now. I got my attachment because I have a gift and I went walking on the dark side and beckoned things and I was hating and I was calling and I made deals and it came to collect and now it's my friend and it works with me. Witches have familiars, not just pets, as cats. Am I okay with that? Yes. Now, not all of us have them as pets. Some are too scared. Some prefer to say that they walk on the light, which is Wiccans. Do I have problems with them? No. I'm not going to judge them. Those are my lighter sisters, and if they want to stay on the more lighter side of life, then that is them. And like I said, I do not judge. It sounds like I'm judging right now. No, I'm not. I am giving truth. Truth is not judgment. Judgment was me saying that I'm casting them to hell and, and all this. No, I'm giving y'all actual facts. I am not judging these people. I am telling you God the honest truth of things that I do know, things that I have actually experienced, things that I have actually seen, things that I've actually been through. Now, y'all are going to be like, you have a demon that works with you? I don't necessarily classify it a demon. I classify it kind of a negative. Well, I just classify it as a being, something that people gave words to things that they don't necessarily understand. But when I do my more darker works, it does go for me. And I do have to align myself, pay it forward. And people are like, what do you mean your darker works? When people do bad things, child molesters, rapists, people that do really bad shit, I do spells against them. Very naughty, nasty, nasty spells. What gives me that right? I've been blessed with abilities, yes. I use the herbs, my personal energy, and I call upon spirits, nature to aid me. Dio, quit playing with things up there. Dre.
Yes.
Tell Xander his kitten is playing with bugs.
Alex, come get your cat.
Don't eat it.
Alex.
Quit eating it. My grandcat is eating bugs. He eating buggers. You have to understand also, before I cast, I do call upon the elements, the divine ones, and I do.
I help you make it.
Don't, no. Dre, come help your brother with him. Don't. Dre, now, come. No. Grab your nephew and go put him upstairs.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay,
You need to stop doing that.
back to where I was. I do pull cards. I do pray. I do different things. I ask them for signs. They come to me in dreams. I get certain cards pulled. I do throw bones. Um, I do different things to get, them to answer me. And it's not because I'm reading it wrong. Um, they do tell me no sometimes. I don't always get a yes. And when I get told no, I don't cast. But if they give me a go ahead, I do my nasty. And believe me, when I do it, I do it. And then I ask them, when they give me a yes, then I go through various different things of what I can do. I ask them questions. I do the same thing. I ask, do I do this spell? Do I do this spell? I do one spell at a time. And then when they tell me yes to that one, I work on that one. And I'm not the only one that has this ability. Now, I'm sharing this with y'all so you can understand. Now, I ask them before I do this. And you have to understand, I'm doing it properly. I'm asking the divine ones, my ancestors. I'm not just pulling it out of my ass. I'm going to cast on this person just because I feel like it. My powers would probably get pulled. And I've done that before when I was younger, and I got sicker than fuck. And it felt like I did get some shit pulled from me, and I felt like I got binded for a while. And my ancestors probably did bind my ass because believe me, you don't just go start doing shit just because you feel like it. There is rules that we have to follow ourselves, that there is proper cause that we ourselves follow. And it's not just, we have a wide spectrum that we do. There are some witches that do it just because, and I feel that they do pay for it. And if they don't pay for it, their family pays for it. And I feel sorry for them, but not all of us follow a certain way with our ancestors. But me, being that I come from a very long descendant line, we follow a certain pathway of divine, divine intuitive communication with our ancestors is what we call it. And we communicate with our ancestors and we ask them for their blessing, and then we ask them if they allow the spell work and if they are blessing it and if they allow us to work in that way. And then we correspond with them. I'm thinking about movies here. Correspond with them in that line work. And it goes with Native American, Gypsy, my Irish, my Scottish, a lot of my background. It goes with a lot of that kind of work that you do. So I'm not only paying homage to my roots and my bloodline, I'm also doing it the way that my bloodline did before me, but I'm also carrying on my descendant line before. And I started doing this as like years before in different bloodlines that I have in past lives. And I did it like it was second nature to me without even being shown. So I haven't really taken any other witches outside of my family. It's like a family coven. My mom has been asked to become a teacher in a few covens outside of America at schools, which I thought that was pretty badass. I'm actually helping her run her Facebook group that we teach, which I need to get back into that, which I post a lot of this stuff in the group so they can learn and, go through it. Which I hope a lot of this does help a lot of them understand and not be scared of the work, because I'm not saying, oh, hell, Satan, come to me now. No. I normally go to Hectate. Sometimes when I'm doing my really dark shit, I call upon Kali sometimes. I call upon different various goddesses, gods. I mean, I summon a lot of the old ones. I even summon sometimes my ancestors. Um, Different things like that. What I'm saying, where I respect everything around the gods, goddesses, deities. When I say Satan, it's just like as a fortitude of what everybody knows the names of God, Satan, Jesus, Beelzebul, whatever. It's just names that everybody typically knows, that everybody feels as a taboo of everybody what is traditionally scared of. Like, soon as you mention that name, everybody wants to run to the hills and hide in the mountains with the 24 karat gold walls and doors and just shut them and hide in there, and he can't find me. Woo! Y'all, being more scared of it is probably going to get it to come for your ass, just so you know, because that right there, if truly necessary, just FYI, that right there would make it like tickle its fancy, just to let you know. Fear is a forerunner of failure. And yeah, just to let you know, just out of human nature, if somebody that, has no soul, has no nothing, enjoys fear, think of an ultimate being that can never die or anything that's ultimately evil, supposedly. If you're ultimately scared of it and you're trying to run from it and you're acting like that, you're calling it acting like that. You're not supposed to have no fear of it. You're supposed to be powerful and you're like, I'm not scared of you. I respect it. But I'm humble and understanding of it, but I have no fear because I know of him and I know he has a job and I know he's not bad because, he was given a job and, you got to think about it. He's a prison guard. That's all he is. He's a warden. If anybody, and I hate to say it's a bad guy, is God. And people might think I'm fucked up. Who is the one that is doing more fucked up shit? The one that makes all the big bad threats. The one that does all the fucked up shit to people. The one that supposedly wants to fuck everything up if you don't do everything that's said and done. That sounds more evil. God. Who's the one that doesn't say nothing at all, that is sitting there chilling, that is just taking care of the evildoers? The devil. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who sounds bad in the Bible? God sounds like the worst motherfucker, and the devil sounds like the good guy. God's saying, if you don't follow me, I'm going to turn your whole world upside down. I'm going to kill your fucking children. I'm going to fucking rape your fucking village. I'm going to fucking swarm fucking locusts. I'm going to turn your fucking river to blood. I'm going to get the fucking goddamn frogs to eat your goddamn village. I'm going to kill all your fucking first children. I'm making all these fucking threats like a big fucking bully. And I'm not trying to be a bitch. Like I said, I respect everything. But in the Bible that man made, he makes God sound like the worst motherfucker ever. And I say the word devil and people run. Me saying the word God should make people run. I mean, he's the one that sounds like the biggest bully ever to note in ever. I mean, it's just like, he says, follow me, love me. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying the way man dictated him in the Bible. I'm sitting here just like, Seriously? He says, put no other God before me. You're not going to sit here and deny me. You deny me, I'm a fuck you. I mean, like, seriously? He's an attention fucking whore, the way they say it. He comes down here and commits suicide, basically, the way they put it. And then he resurrects himself in this glorious fucking way. And then he walks around looking poor, looking like, attention whore. And I'm like, just so people can give him shit to make him feel sorry for him. And I'm like, and then he wants to strike everybody down because no one felt sorry for him. And I'm like, dude, okay. Okay. And then it's just like, and then he picked, I mean, I have no problem with anybody in the world. I have no problem with the Jews. I have no problem with the Israelites. I have no problem with the Israelis. I mean, I have no problem with the Pakistans. I have no problem with anybody in the world. I love everybody. I just have a problem with people calling my phone trying to steal my money. I have a problem with people doing that shit. So stop doing that shit, okay? Only problem I have is the way that man dictated him. They want you to believe in something, but yet they make this person sound like the worst person ever. But yet, if you watch the movie Fourth Kind, the person that embodied her sounded just like him. I am God. Sounded just like that motherfucker. I swear to God. Because when I watched that movie, my friend's son was over, and he's pretty much like our son too. And we were watching the movie. Fucking freaked us all out. I had to walk him home. And then I'm looking at him when I walked him home, and I'm looking back at him. He's like, who's going to walk you back home? And I'm like, I'll run. It was fucking funny, though. The movie fucking freaked us out. The Fourth Kind is actually a really good movie, and it makes you fucking think. And to me, I believe more that the God that they wrote about in the Bible is actually a gray alien. I hate to fucking say it because I don't think that a true loving God that created us would sit here and dictate that you would have to sacrifice, sit here and test us as, if you love me, kill your own child to show your love for me. I'm sorry. If my own creator would tell me to kill my own kids to show my love for them, I'd be like, you're going to have to kill me, motherfucker. I'm not killing my kids for you. I am sorry. I don't give a fuck if you created me or not, or if you're my creator, fuck you. No. I am not killing my child even for my own creator. That's flesh of my flesh. And supposedly I am flesh of your flesh. No. You're telling me that you would kill me despite of anything? No. You're supposed to love me. So you're not supposed to want to kill me. If I'm worshiping you and loving you and respecting you and following you all your wishes, and my children are doing the same thing, I'm not sacrificing my children for you. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. And that's where a lot of people don't understand my conundrum with the Bible. And that's where I feel there's a lot of things within it. That's where I started drawing my lines when I started getting older and understanding the Bible. I'm like, how can y'all people follow this shit? I don't believe a real God would say this shit. Because I'm a mother. And this is supposed to be like my creator, my all. I can't see me killing my own child. So how could my creator expect me to kill my child for my love for him or her? That doesn't collect up here. Even though they could, bring him back. No. I couldn't do that because I love them. That's something I created. That's a part of me. That actually came out of me. That's a part of me. That's a part of my soul. That's a part of my spirit. That's something that they didn't literally give birth to that. That's just something different. They just did something different. What we do to create a life is something so much more astronomical on a more spiritual level. From It's like an ethereal light that is inside of us, like something so spiritual. I mean, I wasn't even supposed to have children, to be honest, because of an injury I had. And that's what changed my whole world, to be honest. I used to be a little badass. And I was a badass on, like, I was an adrenaline junkie, and even though I was respectful, I had my days where I bended my respect, to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't, but I still had respect. I was a fighter, though. I loved fighting. I like getting my knuckles kind of raw. That's why my knuckles are like non-existent right now. But once I got pregnant with my oldest, my whole world changed. The first time I felt him move with his sister, everything changed for me. My whole world just got so much more different. I knew my world did not just consist of me. It's just like I saw the whole universe. I saw the cosmos. I saw dimensions. I saw everything. And it's just like I knew so much more than I thought I could. And I wanted to be a mom, believe it or not. I wanted to have a family. And at that time I was coming out as a witch too, so it really tripped me out. And that's why I was like asking the goddess. I was like, is this a sign that you're saying I'm on the right path and you want me to slow down and stay on this path, but be more careful and just be a better person and think about myself and think about my family? And lo and behold, she answered, knock, knock, wake up, girl. And I was like, yes, ma'am, I'm here. So everything started changing for me from that moment on, even though I lost, my boy's sister. She gave her life for him to save him. And even the doctor said it was so weird because, they said it's like they could tell that she gave her life for him. That it's like she was almost cradling him. And then it's like she just let go because he was in like so much trauma because of all the stress I was under. His sperm donor had stressed me out so bad. It's like his friends were guiding him on what to do to like make me miscarry. Because his sperm donor didn't really want me pregnant. I mean, he was offering to pay for my abortion. He was like, are you going to put him up for adoption? And I'm like, him? He's like, what do you mean him? I'm like, there's more than one, stupid. And it's like every time he'd call, he would stress me out. We would fight. And it's like, it was horrendous. And it was like stupid conversations. I was just trying to be the dude's friend. And it's like his friends are putting shit in his head, and talking about, it wasn't his kid. And I'm like, I wasn't a whore. I've never been a whore. And I know I'm sharing a lot. I'm an open book. I'm honest. So it made things, it taught me to be more careful in my decision making, and it made me more stronger of a woman, and it made me more stronger as an independent woman and as a witch. And it taught me, I need to teach him to be a good guy and how to stand on his own and what to look out for, and how to judge people. And when he was born, he'd always look up at the ceiling and be all, yeah, yeah. And I always make jokes like he's talking to angels. And weirdly enough, the way I did his name, it always, came out to Ark. So we called him Archangel or Boo Boo. And it's his nickname forever is Archangel or Boo Boo. Or Bubba Skinner, because that was my grandpa's nickname for him, was Bubba Skinner from Heat in the Night. Because he's a good investigator. He's a very good investigator. But that's when I started growing up more, and he actually started helping me step more into becoming a witch. And with him being there, it kind of got my intuition. Weirdly enough, when I got pregnant with him, my intuition started kicking up higher. It's like when I was pregnant with him, my intuition was like amped up to like infinity, and it was crazy. It's like the goddess was like, him being here with you is like I was supposed to have him. So that was like the only thing I could actually thank sperm donor, because he gave me an ultimate gift. That's the only thing I can thank him for. And even though him and I are no longer on speaking grounds, and I don't ever want to be on speaking grounds with him, because I'd probably freaking knock his ass out. But I do thank him for giving me the best gift in the world, because I love my boy. 3 years later, I had his baby brother, and both of them are my treasure. And they've helped me grow as so much, because they both, embrace mommy as a witch. They both know that, and they're both kind of like in that area. They both study. The oldest is definitely good on his intuition. He's definitely got a sensory gift on him, which I knew he was going to have. And like I tell people, there's nothing really taboo about this area. There's nothing really scary. Once you come into it, it is a little intimidating, because it's like you're tingly. It's like you have like tiny hairs all over you, and everything's prickling it. It's like you feel tickly. And it's different. Yes. And that's what I told my boys. And they were like, oh my God, Mom. And I'm like, look, guys, it's nothing to be worried about. It's just like you're finally awakening. You're finally understanding what is really out there. And you're awoken. You're awakened. And you're understanding that the world is far more bigger than what they're telling us. And it's nothing to be like mad at them about, or try to rage against the machine against them. But, they're trying to make sure everybody, like I've always said, they're trying to keep everybody in the matrix. And it's like, I don't want to be in the matrix. I don't want to be brainwashed. And it makes you wonder, why do they want you in the fucking matrix? Why do they want people to keep inside that bubble? Why is it such a secret to stay inside the bubble? And it's like anonymous. That's another reason I'm like, they even try to sit there and tell people, you're in a bubble. Wake up. And it makes you wonder, why do they want you in that bubble? Why do they want you to be so dormant? Why do they want you so stupid? I mean, there's been so many stories that they've made deals with aliens, that certain people in certain categories in certain states and certain cities are used as human cattle. Alaska happens to be one of them, where one of my sisters happens to be. And I'm sitting there like, holy shit. Should I tell and she's probably well aware if she's watched The Fourth Kind. I forgot the other states that they talked about, but there's certain states that they've made deals with certain aliens. The Greys have actually gone against supposedly some of the deals that they've made. So they're the bad guys. They're actually going against supposedly some of the other aliens that are the good guys. And that's what, you have to understand. That's why I'm saying they're aliens, but they're deities probably to us. They're gods, goddesses. But of course, other people don't call them gods, aliens, ethereal, celestial beings, fays, fairies, gnomes, leprechauns. There's different names that people, of course, are going to come up with them because they don't know other ways to call them. They come down here shapeshift, like, one can come down, go to Ireland, get in the water, shapeshift, put on like, some fins and look like a mermaid. One can really get really big and look like Nessie. Or I really believe Nessie really is Loch Ness because my grandpa swore that he saw Loch Ness. So I really believe Loch Ness Monster is really a real deal. I really believe in Yetis. There's so many things that they lied to us about that if people really started pushing against that button of the paranormal and the superstitions and quit being so scared of the taboo words and, running from them, God knows what we'd really find out. And stop being so scared of specific little things that there's so much more out there that we can find out, but they're scared of knowledge. And that's what religion does. What's the one thing God didn't want you to eat? The fruit of knowledge. And of course, what does the Bible tell you? They tell them, of course, to be stupid, not to watch TV, not to press questions, to only trust in the Bible, trust in the church, to believe in the church, not to do this, not to do that. Knowledge is not the fucking enemy. Knowledge is actually what kind of can save your ass. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with pressing it. Nothing really. I keep having loose noodle in my mouth. I ate some ramens. I don't understand why they're compliant. And I've already said it before. I don't understand the compliancy on being stupid. To me, I would rather have infinite knowledge to understand what's really going on instead of being simply stupid and have someone else doing everything for me and being all, hey, George, where'd you go, George? You know what I mean? It's just like, really? It boggles the mind, truly. And it makes me mad because I sit here and see these people constantly when I'm doing different things and I talk about it and then they are like, poof, and they're gone. I'm like, why are you so scared? And I press the questions and they will never answer me and they'll never come back because they're wimps. And I'm like, and I hate to say that and I hate to be mean. And it's like, I'm not really being mean. And then they'll come back and they're like, well, John 16:3, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son because I'm not supposed to question because you're demon possessed by the devil. I'm like, demon possessed by the devil? Wouldn't that be devil possessed by the devil? That doesn't make sense. But whatever, I'm demon possessed by the devil. Whatever you say goes, honey. Yeah. Whatever. But, I'm just trying to make y'all stop and not be scared when I start talking about this. Just because I'm talking about this doesn't mean if you stay here and listen to me, the devil is not going to project himself out to you and possess you from the screen. You can stay here and just listen to me and be open-minded. You don't have to run. Okay? This is a safe space. You can listen. Fuck's sake. People, wake up, America. Wake up. I'm going to break my screen. Shit. Anyway, please, people. And my thing back here is leaning because my son didn't fucking put it back right. That's not the aesthetic I was going for. I'm actually going to be ordering me another backdrop because the other one, it was long, but I wanted it to be wide. So that other one I'm going to put in my room. Killstar, not sponsored, but it's a good place to shop. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be having another box to unbox. It's coming from the occult store. So if any of y'all are curious about the boxes I do, just ask. My most popular ones I do is the Witch's Box, which is the Witch's Moon. BoxyCharm, which I'll be doing that one Friday. I didn't really want to do the premium because the premium it was okay. My shit, what was my other one called? My Witch's Crate. Yeah, that's what it's called. Give me a minute. I'm fucking it up. Ow, ow, ow. Arthritis. You bug. Witch casket. Motherfucker. Yeah, witch casket. Let me fix my aesthetic because my child has got it all messed up. There we go. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Much better. I got OCD like a mother. And I will get back to reading my Solomon. I'll probably do some of that tonight, maybe after I'm done watching wrestling with my mom. I'm not too winded. And my witch casket should be in probably by the second week of July, maybe third, depending on how fast it's shipped. And I might get me some more hex bombs so y'all can see some of the hex stuff. So if y'all are curious about that, I'll be getting my Witch's Moon. I'm probably up for a little new around the end of the month. And then, because I'm not going to try to do so many boxes. And then I'll probably be doing my tarot card reading sometime this week. And then I'll link my PayPal. I'll see how I can do that. I'm going to have to link y'all my PayPal. So y'all can do Zalts. Batman. Because I'm a dork. And my child is streaming. If y'all are curious, you can go to ARC. Well, it's ARC Angels Gaming. I'll try to put it up in a minute. Hang on a minute. Let me make sure that I can have everybody. Because I'm not going to be able to have my phone near me when I'm doing my tarot card reading.
Yeah, you keep doing that. Make my life easier. Yeah.
Oh my.
Daunted. Why weren't you there? Yeah, this needs to That's just a spin away.
I'm trying to see how I can get y'all linked.
Why? Every time I talk
Okay,
to you,
not that.
really, what in the hell, Dante, are you doing?
He's doing what you're telling him to do. Okay, I'm trying to check out my stuff. That's not it. Ow.
Oh, it's one of those things that are just like,
Gotta love it when you got chapped lips, y'all. Uh, oh, my allergies are kicking my butt. Hmm. All right.
yes! Finally!
Got you, bug.
God! I'll take it. No. Yes, I'm gonna say.
Think I got it fixed now.
Really wanted to shit out the first one, didn't I? So,
Okay. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm just getting this fixed up
after I
for
get
him
out
and
this,
yeah.
you watch WWE.
Okay.
Finish with this downtime. Oh, basically at the end. After all that, the nightmare was the hardest part about this whole damn thing. Mundus is moving that difficult.
Ah.
Diana probably wants to play the game with me once we're done watching WWE,
That's cool.
so you can play with her as well. Are you on the video still?
Yep, I'm just fixing up my stuff.
Okay, dude, you got really quiet in there.
No, I'm just working. Work, gotta work. Okay, guys, I'm gonna finish setting that up so I will be ready for tomorrow. Like tomorrow, whenever I start doing the tarot card reading, I will leak down all the personal stuff when I'm doing the reading so y'all can click it whenever you're ready for the reading. Remember, anything that you're curious about talking about that is taboo, anything you're curious about, please let me know. As long as it's nothing stupid and sexual, I'll be more than glad to help you through it. Just do not be scared of it. There's nothing really scary other than your own fear. And this is a safe space. If anybody laughs at you, I will ban them personally myself because I understand what it's like being curious and no one wanting to help you and no one wanting to answer your questions and everybody just thinking that you're crazy and not understanding what it's like to have the feelings, have those unanswered questions and the curiosity and different things like that. There's nothing wrong with it. It is human nature. And I know a lot of, people pounding in your head. It's not human nature. It's the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil. Like I just said, the devil is a warden. He is doing his job. He is punishing the bad guys. He's not bad himself. I'm sick and tired of him getting the bad rep when he's actually doing something that is noble and it's just. Think about the people he's punishing. He's punishing people that have killed people, that have constantly molested children, that have raped women. Think about the Twin Towers, the people he's punishing there. Thinking about the people that's racist, that's killed racist people, that skinned them. Think about the people that he's killed that's killed my people that are Native American. Think of the Holocaust people that he's killed. Not he, but the people that's killed Holocaust people. Think about all the people that he's punishing down there, and the just cause that he's bringing to all those needless spirits in ethereal beings or whatever he's doing to them, or even if he's doing it or whatever the stories are told. It could be even wrong that he's not even doing it. That they're being punished by something else and he's just watching over it to make sure it's being done. And, he just got the bad deal because no one else wanted to do it. And he decided, hey, I'll watch over it because everybody else is chicken shit and someone needs to do it. And I'm just noble enough to do it. We don't know because we're just told one side of the story and nobody really knows what happens because guess what? We weren't there. We don't know what happened. We're only human and we don't know what happened in the bigger realms. So we don't know. We're only, we're being told what man decided to say. So it's not up to us to judge because we don't fucking know. Guess what? We only need to know what happens on our spiritual level. We're not here to judge them. We're not even supposed to be judging one another, to be honest. Okay, we're not supposed to be clocking one another. We're not supposed to be looking at that person, laughing at them. We're not supposed to be looking at a special needs person, making fun of them. We're not supposed to be looking at another person's skin, judging them. We're not supposed to be looking at a person, looking at their clothing, judging at them because it's not the hippest, hottest, newest, trending fashion thing. Looking at their shoes, judging them because guess what? They're doing what they can because guess what? That's what they can only afford. You can't sit there and be an asshole and sit there and do that because you have more money than them and they're only able to do that because that's only what they can afford because you don't know who else they're supporting. Be humane. Quit being dicks. People need to quit being assholes and get back to being humane and get back to being sweet, kind, sensitive people and stop being assholes. People have gotten to the point to where they forgot what it is to be people. To be just to sit back, chill, have a good conversation, just to be there in that moment, just to, how are you doing? How's your day? You look nice. I'm sorry that you didn't have a good day, sweetheart. What can I do to make it better? Oh, you have such a beautiful smile. There's nothing wrong with being sincere. Everybody does have a beautiful smile. Everybody does look nice. I don't give a flying crap what you say. You're going based on what upper people tell you how people look. I look nice. My children look nice. Everybody in the world looks nice. Even a bum looks nice because you know what? That bum, that's all he has. Even if that's what he chose to have, he looks nice. Because it's not up to us to judge other people. We don't have that right. Even a judge in the Supreme Court, honestly, because they're not judging people the way that they should be judging them. I don't feel they have a right to judge nobody. Because what's going on out in the world today? Because there's senseless things going on out in the world today that do not need to be going on in the world today. Like I said before, I need to be a high supreme judge right now. I will travel to all 50 states. I would get this shit back on track. I would get the slanderous bullshit to fucking stop right fucking now. I tell you what, this racism shit would stop. Every rioting shit would stop because you know what? I would get this shit to stop. Every motherfucking bullshit cop that had done shit that they shouldn't have would stop. I would get the cops back doing their jobs. I would make sure Kentucky, all their fucking polls would be back to fucking open. I don't give a fuck what the Senate would say. I don't give a fuck what Trump would say. Everybody deserves to fucking vote. I don't give a shit how scared you are. You do not take away people's rights to vote. Okay? That is part of their amendment rights, motherfucker. Okay. Ooh, I did it right for once. This is what's wrong with the world. You don't sit here and take things that are part of people's rights. Nope, first. I'm almost done. But see, this is what a lot of people forget. We need to stop a lot of the senseless crap. We need to fix what's happened with the businesses. People that actually rioted and fucked up those businesses, I would get them to go fix those businesses back because that's only right. They might fight against me, but I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to get these assholes that did this to these people. They're going to pay. They would get the death penalty. I don't care what their families would say. They would fight me. They'd get in jail. Because you're going to rape somebody. You're going to kill somebody. You're going to get the death penalty. I don't give a fuck if you're a cop. You're a judge. You're part of a governor. Law applies to you even if you're in a higher up part of the system. You're going to pay for a crime regardless of who, what part of anything you do. You're a doctor, you're a nurse, anything. You need to pay for your crime regardless of your stature of anything. And this is what's wrong with the world because people think just because you wear any sort of badge or if you have any sort of higher clout, you can get away with anything. This is why a lot of things are going on in the world today that there is. The gods and goddesses are speaking. We're having one of the biggest dust storms coming in that has came in 50 fucking years. 50 fucking years, y'all. They are speaking. Trump is in office still. Things ain't getting handled in the judicial system that should be handled right. They are speaking. Things need to be done correctly that are not being done correctly. I don't know how much things need to happen to the United States for the whole United States to wake up. I don't know how many more senseless lies, the coronavirus, COVID, Black Lives Matter, how many more senseless lives or how many important lives need to be lost for them to understand. Like even our Texas, our governor needs to be gone. We have the most stupidest governor ever. Texas, we are rising in COVID, and he does not want to shut down Texas right now. Where I live, one of the biggest gas stations in Bell County, 2 people tested positive for COVID, and people passed through. Is Buc-ee's in Bell County. It's like in between Troy going into Temple. It's one of the biggest gas stations. 2 people tested positive for COVID. We've had 10 people die, let alone where I live, of COVID. And not alone how many cases we've had. Fucker won't shut down Texas. We're Texas strong. Yeah, we're Texas strong and rising in COVID and COVID-19 and coronavirus and everything else that we have, along with the rising dust storm that's going to be here in God knows how long in the whole United States. Yeah, motherfucker, you're stupid. Just like Trump. You suck dick. And I hope the devil rams his cock in your ass too, fucker. I hope the biggest dust tornado sucks both those fuckers up and breaks their necks. I'm not retracting that. And if it happens, I did not make it happen. And you can't prove it. Because guess what? It's nature. Anyway, I'm going to end the video. I hope my message gets across to a lot of people, because the judgment needs to stop. We need to get back to peace. We need to get back to working together. We need to actually start getting back to, if we're going to judge, we need to start judging back to what it needs to be back to judge to. We need to start judging where the murders are happening. We need to start getting back to where we start rebuilding our communities and stop fighting against us and putting the fighting where it needs to be. Back to, if you guys are going to fight something, fight the Senate, fight the political, fight them, vote. Don't fight your own communities. That's stupid. That's senseless. If you're mad against them, talk. Sit down, try to come down to an agreement of some sort. Try to do something. Do not sit there and tear down their businesses, because that is not going to do nothing. Like I said before, all you're doing is proving Trump right. If you're doing something, you're sitting there, letting him sit there saying you're thugs, you're criminals, you're this, you're that. You're proving him right. Go to your community, people, and try to talk. I know you sit there and think talking is wrong. Some of y'all are thugs and you need to quit, because you know what? You're making your other community people look bad, and you need to knock it off. And I know I said I'm talking about different things, but I did need to get this across, because, you know, there is still some of it going on. And some of y'all might be hanging your own people, trying to make it look like it's cops. You need to quit, because the shit does need to stop. I'm tired of seeing people, my people. My people are all different color to skin. I do not sit here and classify, white people as my people, black people. No, everybody is my people. I don't care what color skin they are. Everybody is my people. I'm tired of seeing my people being dead. Okay, quit killing each other, please. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing all the death, because we've had so much death in the last 3 fucking years. I'm tired of seeing it. It is perplexing. There's so much hate in the world right now. I mean, I've had so much migraines. I don't know if it's from me going through menopause or if it's from all the negativity. It's driving me nuts. So can y'all please slow the fuck down? I don't know if I need to get out in the world and start beating the hell out of y'all with the big ass wiffle bat, but I might start. And y'all don't want to get me really outside beating y'all's ass because I ain't gonna stop. I will beat the shit out of y'all. Y'all need to slow down. This all needs to stop. I will spank y'all like y'all need. I will spank y'all like y'all's mama. Trust and believe.
Are you friendly, Mom, or are you violent?
I'm both. I'm a friendly, violent
I
person.
don't think it's fun.
Yeah, I'm a friendly, violent person. Like I said, I'm a mama. I'm a friendly, violent person. But bang, bang. Shebang, bang, bang. I need to go be a pro wrestler and get my aggression out. They'll pay pay-per-views to watch me. Shit. I'll be like Nia Jax. Yes. Anyways, I do love you guys, and please slow down with it because honestly, I'm making silly comments, but I'm not going to hurt nobody because I ain't stepping outside my house hardly for shit. And I'm scared to. So please, guys, slow down. I'm begging you for the love of everything. I'm tired of seeing y'all get hurt. I really am. And I'm scared to even send my family out. I'm scared to even send my husband out to work. I'm not even letting my son go out to school regularly. He's going to homeschool again. So, y'all, please be careful. Wear your mask. Like I said, always, please be careful where you're buying your stuff. Be safe. I love you guys. And like I said, any comments you have, please, you guys can talk to me at any time. I'm an open book. If you want to talk to me in private, let me know. I'll give my email to you guys so you can private message me. If you don't want your stuff in the open, just do not share my email out. I will put my email, then delete it. And then you can private message me in private so you can talk to me. If you don't want everybody seeing your message, if you want it in private, I can let you know about the Facebook group so you can go in the Facebook group so you can talk to us there if you feel more comfortable there with my mom and a lot of our friends. Because it's a very safe community. We have a whole crap load of witches there that we have a big community. And we are very friendly. We have a whole bunch of nice people there. And they know I'm crazy. I talk a lot of crazy shit. But they know I'm harmless. But I do have quite a temper if I need to. But I don't really hurt anybody much anymore unless it's fucking with my family or a really close friend. But I haven't really needed to come to those terms in a very long time. So I mostly teach and just try to help everybody come to terms with their spirituality glance and not have everybody be so fearful, and try to open everybody's minds with everything that's going on in the world today, because I could see it. I just don't know why everybody else is so blind to it. So I hope my message reaches y'all in some cyberspace way, and know that I love you guys, and just please be safe out there and visit all my friends. Let me see, my girl, I gotta remember her name. Hang on a minute. She does tarot readings. She's also on Instagram. Where is she? Where is she? Is she? Well, she goes by... Shoot, I forgot her. You know what? Let me do it this way. I'll just pull it up this way so I don't have to worry about it. Where is she? Trying to find my buddy, and she's not popping up. She normally uploads a lot. Where are you, Chiquita? I can't find you. I've been talking about my boy a lot, so he doesn't... Well, I'll tell you about him in a minute. I still support him and his girl. Homie, have you not uploaded? Because it's not popping up. I swear I've seen her upload. Because she normally goes live every so often, too. Tina, have you not gone live yet? That's Swoop. That's my homegirl. I love her. Definitely check out Grand High Witch. She is Witch Casket's main creator. She is awesome. Check her out. She's one of the ones that I love to death. I do believe that one.
Calm down.
I'm almost done. I'm trying to find my buddy's videos, and she hasn't uploaded in forever, and I don't know why. Let me do it this way. Might be quicker. I don't know why it doesn't post up. I hate it when they do this to YouTube. They change everything in the whole spectrum of my subscriptions. So weird. Yeah, but everybody else is shizzing it up, but not my friends. Definitely check out Toxic Tears and Jake Monroe. Those are two of my favorite people still. I love them both. Rich Locks. Yes, bitch. Chills. Tarot TV with T. That's my homegirl. She does tarot readings. Jenny, where the fuck are you, girl? Oops, I spun the light. I didn't mean to do that. They've been deleting some of my friends' videos, which is really weird, and I don't know why, but this is Slop Tom. Y'all don't laugh at me, but I watch Markiplier and his other channel with the other crazy dude, Unis Anus. I need to watch all those. Kind of behind on Unis Anus. Fell behind on it since I had a freaking migraine. I need to unsubscribe to one of these damn channels because they're pissing me off. Eddie VR. Y'all need to check out Eddie VR. He is flipping hilarious. I'm telling y'all which ones. Cause I normally tell y'all some of the new ones that I like and some of the ones I check out. Luna Lily. For a while, some of the stuff that she did, I was kind of controversy on. I like some of the ways she does stuff, and sometimes I don't. But I'm getting to where I really do like Luna Lily. So check her out. She's into some of the stuff that I'm really into. At first, I was kind of iffy, but I noticed that we do have a lot in common now. And so check Luna Lily out. She's really cool. She's from the UK. And she does a lot of review on boxes. She does some of the boxes that I have, and some of the boxes she gets, I'm trying to get because she gets a lot of boxes I really like. So I got the Loot Crate, I got the Occult box, I got the Spooky Crate box, the Spooky box. That's the one Toxic Tears does. Let me go see which one. Hang on, let me go up. Because she just did it. The Spooky Box Club. I got that one. Toxic Tears does that one. I think that's it. I'm not really. I would go into like my beauty one, but that's a whole lot of tea. So much tea. Oh my God, girl. Killstar. Ooh, yes. I got my other CBD stuff shipped out, and I'm so excited. So I got some of my stuff from my other one, which is Sacred Herbs. Blunt Babe shipped out my other stuff. I'm so happy. I'm such a CBD whore. I'm so in my CBD. Like once they like securely do this like cannabis like completely all overall, I am so gonna be like, hit me up. Laganja Stranja, yes, bitch, I love you. Ooh, Tina, that looks good, girl. Yeah, Sacred Smoke Herbals is another good CBD spot. If y'all want some CBD, and Blunt Babe, they are on Instagram. Blunt Babe CBD. They actually have some good shit. I haven't got to try either one yet. I'm gonna try them out like
Oh my god, I finally was able to
one at a time. I'm gonna try one night and one another night to see how they both work, so I can give a review on both. Summer login gift. Okay, cool. My I Love Nikki game. I play a lot. I play I Love Nikki and my Dragon game. If anybody plays those games, let me know. I will send you. I put my link code up. I play those games. I Love Nikki. I play that game every day. My Dragon one is like a purple dragon egg. I kind of play that one every other day, I think. But if y'all play Xbox, let me know because I do play some Xbox games. I'm playing a dungeon Minecraft game with my son. I might make a Twitch account and link my Twitch account so y'all can watch my Twitch. And then my Patreon account, I'm going to start editing my pictures so y'all can start buying them. I'm going to start getting my husband to take me back out. Some of the pictures I'm going to do is going to be some gothic scenes because I do like taking pictures of tombstones. And then I edit in kind of like guardian angels and kind of do very dark scenes. I do like nature scenes of like squirrels. If I can find some owls. We do have some foxes here I've been seeing a lot. So I'm going to see if I can get the picture of the foxes. I'm going to see if I can get my husband to take me down to where my friend lives. And if he does, then I can get some really badass pictures because they have this really cool place where they have like koi ponds, really exotic kind of shit. And I've really been wanting to go there. With COVID-19 and shit, it might not be as bombarded. So might be a good time for me to go. And not so many people there, and might be able to get some badass pictures because I do have a really good kick-ass camera, and I need to get me like some more memory cards because memory cards I've depleted the fucking shit out of them with I've used them a lot because I've had these memory cards for I think 10 years or more. I've taken a lot of pictures with these ones, so I need to get me some more memory cards. So I'll take what I can with these ones and fix them up because I've had some pictures that I've taken before that I need to edit, which I have tons of flower pictures that I can fix up, change the colors, edit it, put like names and different things, kind of like Christmassy, happy birthday ones. I have different fonts that I can put on, and I'm just doing this to let people know, kind of like some salesmanship kind of shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll let y'all go, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good night, and y'all be safe. Bye, guys.